Hello everyone, welcome once again to my channel Mom Motivation. This is Ashley Robert, your number one mom motivator, or as I like to call myself, Momtivator. Do subscribe, like and share our videos, and also leave your comments below. We would like to read from you. We like to get your feedbacks. Thank you for joining in. I'll be diving right into my topic for today, and today I would like to discuss something very important, and that is establishing an effective routine for your children. Establishing an effective routine for your children. What is routine? Routine is a systematic way with which things are done, series of activities that are followed or carried out regularly. Okay, so why do I think it's important to talk about routine? I think routine is important because a lot of homes do not have routines. A lot of homes are not systematic in their approach of doing things. A lot of moms are not adopting routines in their home. They're not setting up a working system in running their homes, and that is why there is a lot of wastage in time, energy, resources. When you are systematic in the way you manage the affairs of your home, it's easier for you to accomplish more. A lot of moms just go with the flow. They just wake up in the morning and they just take each day as it comes. There is no system for getting the kids ready for school. There is no system for the meal. There is no system for bedtime. There is no system for holiday. Each and every aspect of your home has to have a routine. There has to be a system guiding it so that it's easier for you to execute all that you intend to execute with less hassles. What are the disadvantages of not having a system? When you don't have a system, you have to be actively involved at every time something is being done. You have to apply yourself or nothing gets done. You have to be called upon. They will have to ask you questions. You have to be the one giving instruction at every point in time. And if you fail to give instructions, or if you fail to initiate something, nothing gets done. That is the fastest way to burn yourself out, and it's counterproductive because there's some things that on its own should just be running freely without you being called upon at every point in time to give your opinion or on something, to ask you when should this be done, or you having to prompt yourself to say, oh children, it's time for bed. Oh, what are we gonna have for dinner? What are we having for breakfast? Let me think of this, let me think of that. When you set up a working system, these things work on their own with or without you being present. What areas can you set up a routine? Number one, you can set up a routine for school time. The way your kids get ready for school, you can systemize it that with or without you being present, it can run. You can systemize bedtime, you can systemize meals, you can systemize your holiday, set up a routine the way in fact, you can systemize every aspect of your home that it can run like a program with or without you being present. You just need very little input. It runs with minimal supervision, and you find out you have more time on your hand to achieve your goals than everything, than the house just sucking up all your energy. You just have to be present to administer things. This is what needs to be done, this one needs to be done. It drains you. You will not be productive when you keep doing that. So how do you set up a routine? How can this be possible, you will ask me? Number one step in setting up a routine is defining your goal. What is the goal of that routine that you want to set up? Okay, so what is the goal? Let me give you an example. The goal could be able to set up a working system for the children getting ready for school. That is the goal. I need to set up a system for my children to be able to go to school without me having to weary myself doing that. And in defining your goal, you're talking about the why, you're talking about the what, you're talking about the who, you're talking about the when. So what is the goal? The goal is to set up a system. For example, set up a system for the kids getting ready for school. Why do I want to achieve it? So that I can be less stressed out in the morning while getting the kids ready for school. And the next thing you want to be asking yourself, who are the key players involved in me setting up? Of course, the children are there. If you have a help or your spouse or yourself, then the next thing you want to do is set up a plan. How do I plan to achieve this, my goal of getting the kids ready for school? To set up a plan, you are asking yourself, who is involved? How do I intend to achieve this plan of getting these kids ready for school? What are the things I need to put in place? Of course, getting the kids ready for school, you're talking about their uniforms have to be ready on time. You're talking about breakfast. You're talking about bath time. You're talking about brushing their teeth, dressing up, packing their lunch boxes if you do that. That's if they don't get the meals from school, and then drop off. Those are the things you're going to list out in your plan and find out how you're going to develop a plan around that system that will work for you. So that's it. You develop a plan with which you can use to achieve your aim of getting the kids ready for school. Then the next thing you want to talk about is to analyze the necessary impediments. What are the things, what are the major roadblocks, or what are the major problems that could hinder me from achieving this aim? You can talk about maybe the ages of your children. Will they be able to take a bath by themselves? Will the things they need to eat for breakfast be available on time? Who are the people that need to help me? Are the kids independent enough to help themselves start up for school, or I need to be involved? You already know what are the difficulties that you encounter every morning getting them ready for school. These are the things you're going to list out as the impediments, because if you do not list out the necessary problems, it's going to be difficult for you to effectively set up a working plan for developing a routine for your children. The number is how to mitigate those impediments. For example, maybe you're always confused about what they will eat. I talked about it, lack of planning, in my previous video, like just waking up in the morning, not knowing what you want the kids to eat, and you're like, okay, the kids are going to have cereal this morning, only for you to discover you've run out of milk. And then you're thinking, what else can I do? You're like, okay, let me give them, let them have maybe whatever thing, and you discover you're out of another thing and you're not able to give those things. So you should be able to know how to mitigate your impediment based on the analysis of the impediment. This is a system you've been involved in, and you know the problems you have every morning getting them ready for school. So you should be able to itemize this and know how to bring out solutions to it. And then the next thing you want to do is test your process. When you've developed a plan, begin to put those plans into use, to test run those plans. You're going to want to start it off the first week and see how it goes. Let's say you're setting up like bedtime, waking up time for the children, you're setting up meal time for the children, you're setting up a meal plan for the children, or whatever. You need to know how to, you need to test run it, because you cannot just start up a plan without knowing whether it will be effective or not. You need to initiate the plan and see how well it goes. And then after test running the process, you begin to make adjustments. You find out that, okay, in this part, it's failing. It's not going to work out because of so and so reason. Then I need to adjust this plan again and see how well it will go at the end of the long run. Then you adjust it and then test run it again find out the failures in that plan, and go back and test run the plan again until you are able to adapt the plan suitably for your home. After that, what you want to do when you've adapted a suitable plan or a suitable routine that works for you, you will want to launch the plan full scale. You want to set it in motion and begin to establish it as a routine in the house. Establishing a routine takes a lot. You have to be, first of all, disciplined yourself as a mom. You have to be committed and you have to be consistent. Launch the plan. There's going to be a lot of resistance because people are always resistant to change, more so children. But you as a mother, you have to be disciplined. You have to tell yourself this has to work. It will take, I tell you, establishing a routine is one of the toughest things to do. But once you've been able to crack that code, it's a smooth ride. It's just like taking in the initial pain for a future gain. So you have to apply yourself. It takes your time, it takes your energy, it takes your resources, it takes your sanity. But this is something that is necessary. You have to apply yourself. You have to be there. You have to be disciplined. If you're putting a time box or a time frame for something, you have to make it through. Let's say you're setting up a bedtime routine and you're saying bedtime is 8 o'clock. No matter what you're doing, you must make sure that you yourself, you're putting the kids to bed by that 8 o'clock. Or if you're not home at that moment, you have to call whoever is with them and insist that the kids are in bed by 8 o'clock. You have to be consistent in doing that, or else it's going to fail. Children, normally they react well to pattern, but they don't react well at the initiation stage. So you as a mom, you have to be the disciplined person first. You have to discipline yourself, time box yourself, constrain yourself, and do it. Be consistent and be committed to that cause. With that, you'll be able to establish a routine for your family, for your children. I hope you found this video useful. Please, once again, comment, like, share, and if you haven't subscribed to our channel, do subscribe to our channel because we'll be bringing more awesome videos your way. Our next video, we will be teaching you how to plan effectively. I know I have been talking about planning and you're asking, I don't know how it works. So my next video, watch out for my next video where I'll be teaching you how to effectively set up a working plan. Thank you so much. See you next time.